beautiful box. Just the outline of the figure itself, so beautiful. And when you open it, you have hello and welcome to the KenOhwee Channel. Yes, it's been a while since I talked about a figure, but today I will be talking about one. And I'll be talking about a grown-up men's toy. And what do I mean by grown-up men toys? It's because when you are grown up, that's when you'll be able to afford one of these toys. And once you afford it and purchase it, immediately after that, you go broke. Just like I am right now. So yeah, I've been looking forward to getting this figure, and thank God it's on sale. Even if it's on sale, it's still expensive. But yeah, anyways, I'll be talking about the re-edit Iron Man Marvel Now version Black and Gold, designed by KenOhwee by Marvel. Look at that. So yeah, the re-edit Sentinel series by Marvel. Yeah, they feature all the Iron Man figures, and they're extremely expensive, and I actually expected it to be bigger, but turns out it was actually much smaller. So without further ado, let's talk about this figure. So first of all, the box. Beautiful box, just the outline of the figure itself, so beautiful. And when you open it, you have the Black and Gold Iron Man with only 4 pairs of extra hands. That seems awfully low for a very expensive figure, but look at the figure itself, all covered. I can't wait to look into it. And then looking at the back of the box, you have less of an outline, you have that figure itself. Like I said before, if a figure is put on a box, it means it is beautiful enough to be featured in front of the box. So yeah, look at that figure. So I'm really excited to talk about this figure. I know this is an old figure, but yeah, it took me a while before I can afford one, and since this is on sale, so yeah, I'm really excited. So without further ado, let's crack open and have a look at re-edit Iron Man Marvel Now Black and Gold. Look at that. This is a beautiful figure, my god. So this figure can light up. So it lights up around the eyes and around the chest. So what happens is that when you take this figure out of the package for the first time, you'll see like a little pack behind there. All you gotta do is just pull that out. That sort of activates the whole thing. And you see that flap right there. All you gotta do is just open that up, and you can see the on-off button right about there. And all you gotta do is just turn it on. So without further ado, let's do the test. Look at that. It's just like an evil Iron Man with all the redness going on. So in the dark, it really lights up. You can really see it really obvious. And if I turn the lights on, you can still see a little bit of illumination around the arc reactor right there, and also the eyes. So it does light up pretty good. A light up Iron Man figure is always cool to have figures like that. So yeah, going back to talking about this figure. And since we have a green screen, you know what, I'm gonna try this, and again, if it fails, I apologize. So here we go, finding a great setting for this figure talk. What do you think? If it works, then look at that, isn't it fitting? So yeah, once again, this figure right out of the box, it has some weight to it. Most of the weight goes into the legs area, which is really good. So it sort of helps the figure stand, helps in the stability of the figure. So yeah, taking a closer look at the figure, look at the sculpt and the paint application of this figure. It's really metallic. The paint application turns out amazing. The black and gold is all metallic kind of finish, so that's really nice. So yeah, in terms of the bulk of the body, so the head is slightly small, but you know, looking at it from an anime kind of perspective, you have the really big body, slightly small head. You know, if it's a little bigger, it would have been better, but that's fine in a way. It still looks kind of proportioned in some angles. So yeah, but in terms of design and everything, yeah, taking a closer look, as you can see the arc reactor design, and the body sculpt is really beautiful. So a lot of the joints is sculpted, so you can see all the lines right there, and then moving down to the legs, very nicely detailed. You can see all of that sculpt going on. And then looking from the back, look at all those intricate details. This looks like a RoboCop suit from the back. You know, the new RoboCop, the black edition RoboCop suits. It looks really nice. Look at all the joint right there. It looks really good. So yeah, overall, in terms of design, sculpt, paint application, I gotta say, it is amazing to me. Oh my god, this figure is indeed beautiful. So for the accessories of this package, As you've seen earlier, it does come with a really nice stand for your figure, and also it comes with this sort of like a glass looking thing, like a hall of armor kind of thing. So this thing comes in parts, so you can take it off, so it's a little bit tricky to try and put it on. So yeah, it comes off fairly easy. So if you just knock it a little bit, it might come off and it just crumble like Humpty Dumpty. But anyway, so yeah, just be careful there. So once you fit it in, you should hold on pretty tight, but it's just kind of tricky to get it on. And it also comes with a handle to hold your figure as well in various dynamic poses. So you see one of the 3 slots in this stand. All you're gonna do is plug it right there, and then that would hold your Iron Man. So yeah, I'm gonna demonstrate to you how it looks like. So there you go, that's how it looks like when you have your Iron Man standing in that hall of armor stand. Or if you just want to pose in some dynamic poses, you can also do that. Look at that. So the stand really holds the figure really well. It's really stable, so I'm really glad they included that. So yeah, iron holding iron, look at that. So you can pose it without the handle or with the handle. Either way, it looks great. So it's up to your imagination. So this is a really nice, flexible kind of stand for you. And as for the hands, as you've seen earlier, it comes with 4 extra pairs of hands. So starting with slightly clawed up hands. So this is what happens. So this is the hand that you use when you're sort of like dragging onto the ground, you know, with all the edges. So that kind of effect. So and it also comes with a pair of the blast hand effect. So you have that really open with the fingers all wide apart. So that's sort of showing the effect of the blast. So bang bang. And also you have a pair of the hands where you have the flight pose. And also you have the slightly open handed hands just because. So yeah, moving on to the articulation. So for the head, you can't really pull up and down, it says in the warning, but you never really pull up and down anyway. So you can make it look up, so it can look up about that far. It can look down. It has like neck pivot. It can look left and right, not a lot. So the left and right is just slightly, but you still can make it look left and right. So do not move the head too much, because the body and the head has a lot of wires going on, so you just try to be careful around there. And then for the arm, it has like a butterfly joint right about there, so you see it does not, it still conceals whatever mechanics is beyond this figure, so that's really nice. So I'm glad that included that. So there's still like an armpit articulation right there. You can see it go up and down, and that helps the arm move out a lot further. So you can move about that far already, but you can actually push it all the way there, so that is really nice. The shoulder pads is connected to a ball joint connected to the arm, and does have a bicep swivel. It has double jointed elbows. So another look at how the joint works for the arm. So to allow the double jointed elbow, what they do is they push out that arm right there, as you can see through that joint right there. So yeah, they push it out so that it can bend in a lot further. So that's why you see the slot. So look at that, figure engineering, my god. A wrist rotation, the flap moves up and down, and also the wrist moves up and down as well. So it has an upper wave swivel, so it can move a lot. It can pivot left and right, and the lower abdomen, you can also swivel it left and right a little bit, and also has a little bit of pivot. So altogether the pivot is a lot right there, and you see still more concealed. Like even if you look under it, you can, I don't know if you can show it here, but you don't see like a gap. You can see that there's sort of like a layer of armor under there, so that's really nice. And you can crunch about that far, so that is amazing. Look at that crunch, all that 6-pack iron. And it can arch back about that far, so you can do a lot of flight poses, so that's really nice. And it can kick up about that far. It can't really kick back, solid butt, iron butt, but it can do the Bruce Lee kick about that far, so not very far, but he can still do the splits. So his thigh cut begins around here. It's not upper, so it's sort of like a middle, so you can twist around the thigh right there. And this is also amazing. He has double jointed knees, but if you pull it to the extent, look at all that sculpt in the joint right there. So yeah, again, amazing detail. Even up to that slot right there, they even model all the lines right there, so that's really nice. Thank you, re-edit Sentinel. So looking at more of how the engineering of this figure works, you see that flap right there. As you bend in the knee, this flap goes in, and that allows for that full motion of double jointed knee right there. It can go up to that extent, so wow, come on. And feet moves up and down, and there's also toe articulation, so that flap moves out with the toe as well, so that's really amazing. And it does have ankle pivot. Also, I mentioned the feet can move up and down, but to the extent of how much, look at that. So as you push that feet all the way, you can see that it opens up a little bit to allow more of that feet movement right there, so you can bend about that much, which is awesome. And it goes back about that far right there, so yeah, feet of iron. So yeah, here's just a scale comparison standing next to an SH Figuarts Iron Man figure and also the Play Kai Arts Deadpool figure. So in summary, I can understand now why these figures are really expensive. I mean, did you not see all that? On top of the beautiful paint application, the wonderful sculpt, and also the detail that's been put in, all the thought that's been put into this figure. So would I buy this line again? Absolutely, if I can still find them in a discount or on a sale or anything. For its full price, I would still want to get it, but you know, it's gonna take like a long while, probably a year. I could afford one figure, that kind of thing. So if you're on a budget and you want to pick this kind of figures, I suggest that you pick the one that you really like and just save that money and just purchase it. I'm sure it's gonna be worth your while. I mean, I have to say that to me, this package is amazing. So yeah, in terms of the accessory, the only thing that's lacking is the hand count. It's not bad or anything. They still give you 4 extra pair of hands, so that's really good in itself. But yeah, looking at the figure as a whole, in terms of everything about this figure, it's just really amazing. I really enjoy it. I had a lot of fun times posing it. I had a really enjoyable time playing with it. There's a lot of features here and there that I really enjoy, and the light out feature, I mean, come on. So once again, yeah, amazing package. So yeah, I'm just gonna conclude that. Thank you guys very much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. Wait, hold on a minute. Another Iron Man suit? Really? I mean, okay, apart from the fact that it looks absolutely badass and everything, but that's about it. I mean, what else can this figure do? Now that's freaking amazing. That's justified. Click here to enjoy more videos.